Imagination.
18 days after the fall of Kabul, the Taliban are in the final stages of forming a new government, a government which they say will be inclusive and Islamic. It's not clear what that means. But reports say the new government could be unveiled as early as Friday, in the next 24 hours. Preparations are on. Piles of black and white Taliban flags have reached the presidential palace in Kabul. These flags bear the Islamic proclamation of faith. They will soon replace Afghanistan's tricolour. So the flags are here. What about the constitution? The Taliban consider the current Afghan constitution void. They say it was drafted under the influence of foreign forces. They
What do you want to say? What?
Kabul joins us this morning. Governor, very good timing on your part. Glad you're here. I want to zero in on that July 23rd phone call. Why is the administration so quiet about it?
The amazing thing is that Donald Trump was impeached over a phone call that turned out to be completely innocent and no big deal. This is a big deal because basically the President of the United States is putting pressure on the President of Afghanistan to outright lie. That's what he's asking him to do, to cover for him. And that is just an extraordinary breach of trust, not only of that president, but more importantly, are they going to step up and finally be journalists? Are they going to continue to be toadies and complete acolytes for the Democrats and the far left? If they do their jobs, they cannot. Are they going to step up and finally be journalists? Are they going to continue to be toadies and complete acolytes for the Democrats and the far left? If they do their jobs, they cannot ignore this story. It is huge. But the question is, will they do their jobs? Or will they just look the other way in a manner in which they would never do if this were not just Donald Trump, but any Republican? So if they do their jobs, he's done. If they don't do their jobs and they do what they normally do, he probably rides it out.
Do you want to see the president done, resigning, or impeached? Because that would mean President Harris.
I don't want it for the country because it's not a good thing for us. I don't like that. But I also don't like when a person has lied to us and left Americans stranded and has shown little empathy whatsoever. So there's no good solution here. Kamala Harris is no solution. But I think people ought to be held accountable. Look, I think generals and secretaries of state should be held accountable. But nobody's been fired. Nobody's been held accountable. And we ought to be outraged that something so bad, so totally bungled could happen. And it's just another day in Washington. Let's have
gosh.
The new Afghan government, composed of senior Taliban figures, could be announced in the coming days. A senior leader told the BBC the government could include women, but not at the top levels. But against this backdrop, the economy of Afghanistan is close to collapse, with little immediate prospect of the new Islamist rulers gaining access to the country's foreign currency reserves held in the West. Prices of essential goods are soaring, the value of the currency is falling, and many public services are barely able to function. Here's our Afghanistan correspondent Sukunda Kamani.
The Taliban are in firm control of the country. This, a huge military parade in the southern city of Kandahar, along with a captured helicopter. But the group still hasn't established a new government, leaving many Afghans in a state of limbo. Now that the final foreign troops have left, an announcement is expected soon. The last time the group was in power in the 1990s, their regime saw public execution